Okay, hello everyone. My name is Mr. Patrick and welcome to the first edition of the Delfin Book Club book review. For the review, I have chosen the Dispossessed by Ursula Le Guin, which is a science fiction novel. It's the first in a series of 3 novels that she wrote. So to be honest, I wasn't a big sci-fi reader before I bought this book, and I'd heard of the author before. And I was in a bookshop one time and I liked the cover of the book. It was like a nice cover, and I thought, okay, I'll try some sci-fi and see if I enjoy it. And yeah, from the first few pages I was hooked, and I just really wanted to keep reading, and yeah, really enjoyed it. So yeah, this book definitely put me, got me interested in sci-fi more than I had been in the past. We have 2 different planets, and the main character, who is called Shevek, he is a scientist, and he's working on a new theory of time, and he moves from the planet he grows up on to the nearest planet, and there's like an exchange of ideas that goes on. But the book also goes back and forth between the 2 planets and also between the main character's life. So it starts in the middle of his life, cuts back to his childhood, then it races forward to what's happening at the moment, and it sort of goes back and forth between the 2 planets and the 2 time frames as well. And yeah, the 2 planets are very different. So one of them is property is owned by people, and the other planet, everything is held in common. And Shevek struggles to come to terms with this. So on the planet with all the property, he can't grasp that things aren't owned in common, and if you want to use something, everyone should be able to use it. So yeah, within the book we have this like a contrast between the 2 planets, and yeah, it's very interesting to see the character Shevek sort his way through the 2 planets. And not to give any spoilers, but eventually he does go back to his original planet, and then he exchanges the ideas that he got from there. The idea of actually exchanging letters with a proprietarian alarmed him, but it would be interesting to find out. So many such discoveries had been forced on him during his first half year in Aberney that he had to realize that he had been, and possibly still was, very naive. Not an easy admission for an intelligent young man to make. So here, he's a young man and he's reflecting on his time at university and thinking that so much that he learned was like top-down knowledge. You listen to the professor, they give you knowledge and you just accept it. Whereas here he's beginning to question that, and this is how he starts to work on his own theory of time. So I think it sends a very good message to always question things when you're learning new knowledge, for example. So to ask the right questions and think how you could do things differently, or I think it's quite a good message for young people to have. Not just accept things as people tell you them, but to question it. And I think we can see that with the main character in this part. Yeah, I would recommend they read any kind of science fiction, I think, because it's such a, the author has to be so creative. Like, for example, in this book, we have the 2 planets. The author has drawn a map of the world, so it's like such a creative thing to do. And if it's well written, it's like you are immersed in this world and you feel like you are part of this world. And yeah, I think sci-fi is really good for the imagination, developing your own imagination, and by reading someone else's world that they've created, I think it's really, very interesting. And if 2 people read the same book, they can imagine it in completely different ways as well. But yeah, I would recommend this or any sci-fi, really, I think. Yeah, so I think to begin with, you read the book, and then I think just like note down almost informally, like your feelings, how you felt at certain parts of the book, whether it made you laugh, made you feel sad, or you felt sympathy for the characters, and just like describe the characters and your feelings towards them. So rather than just describe, or rather than just summarize the story of the book, I think try and bring out like your own individual take on it. So how things made you feel at certain different parts, rather than just saying this happened, then this happened, then this happened. Really personalize it and say how it made you feel, and whether you would recommend it to a friend as well. And it doesn't always have to be positive reviews. Maybe you think, okay, I enjoyed a lot of the book, but that the ending confused me, or you can be honest in the book review. It doesn't have to be, this book was fantastic, 5 stars. You can be honest and be critical. Okay, so this is the recommendation from me, The Dispossessed, Ursula Le Guin, science fiction. If you've never read science fiction before, I highly recommend you start, and I think this could be a good book. And thanks for watching. Happy reading, write your reviews, read lots of books, enjoy the books, have fun, see you again. Bye bye.